Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
Always a little sketchy about me.
A lot on his mind, Johnny.
Ain't you clever to see through this subterfuge?
A failure to properly value your freedom in the promising days ahead.
I trust you know 2% nothing's fucking nothing. Announcing your plans. It's a good way to hear God laugh.
And fuck us all anyway for the limber dick cocksuckers we are.
Well, howdy there. Today I got a few different ones I'm going to record. I finally got everything figured out that they give me notifications when they put up a new one. This first one is Daniel DePrince. Call of Duty and Meta sued for the Uvalde tragedy. And says, look who's involved. So I gotta see who this is and see what's going on here.
Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, but also how we're going to fix it together. And the content that we're going to look at today is a new lawsuit that is being dropped against Call of Duty, Facebook, Instagram, and Daniel Defense by the families of the Uvalde victims. And on top of that, it just so happens to show some very familiar names and faces that you are never going to believe when there's millions upon millions of dollars, how the same people keep showing up. Everything's going to be linked into the description box below. Let me hear you in the comments field. And this is going to be a very big story. So make sure you send this one out, because this right here is the fight we're in every single day. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn the notification bell on if you want to help fight these things back and pass the blessings of the Second Amendment along to the next generation. And thank you for that consideration. And all of this content is made possible by a giveaway from Vanish Holsters for a truck. You need to check it out. It's linked right down there in the description box. Say a quick word, and then we're going to hit this. Today, I want to go through the legal system. Lawfare is being employed in full force, all right? But listen to this. Some of the things I'm about to show you, I haven't seen anywhere else in the gun space. Let me know what you think. I land this plane. Let's get it. Publisher of Call of Duty, maker of the AR-15 style rifle, that's Daniel Defense, and Meta named in wrongful death lawsuits by families of the Uvalde tragedy. Now, this broke this past last end of the week, okay? Understand what they're doing. They are suing a Facebook and Meta Instagram apparatus, which has protections from getting from the actions of their users. They are suing a gun manufacturer, which has the Protection of Lawful Commerce and Arms Act, and they are suing Call of Duty, of which the entire left has told us is a preposterous idea. Wait
a minute. This kind of stupid shit has already been settled. You can't do this. You can't do this. And the Call of Duty thing, that's no different than, what was it? God, they tried suing rock and roll music. And, was it Twisted Sister and these other places, these other fucking, rock stars like Ozzy Osbourne and shit for kids killing themselves. And, who the hell was it? Marilyn Manson. And shit like that. It's already been shown as bullshit. Call of Duty, my ass.
Doing it, you ask? I almost heard you through the camera. 1 second, let me show you this, then I'll tell you. 3 companies are facing wrongful death lawsuits in the Uvalde school shooting of 2022, according to the complaints filed in California and Texas.
I got a question. Why don't you sue the cops that stood around for 50-some minutes and didn't go in? Why don't you sue them? Why don't you sue the cops that stopped parents from going in? That'd be a better idea.
The suits, which accuse the companies of grooming, which I'm pretty sure grooming, as used in this article, was verboten a little while ago in a different topic. But now that...
Yeah. Well, wait a minute. Now, you got a bunch of trans people wanting to groom children. You got a bunch of trans people wanting to read nasty books to children in libraries, and they wanted to call it grooming. Well, you can't do that. That's not right. That's not grooming. Well, I want to know why they want to read books to kids. Okay? Why do you want to wear women's clothes hiked up to here and split in the dresses and shit like that? Why are big old titties hanging out? Fake titties and all that around kids. You fucking dress up and put makeup on like a damn clown, and you want to go into libraries and read stories to little kids. I want to know why. That's grooming.
That it's being used for gun control, it's all the rage.
Yeah.
The Robb Elementary School shooter, after 19 families of students and teachers killed at the school, announced on Wednesday they settled a lawsuit with the city for $2 million. So they settled for $2 million. Then 2 days later, they drop another lawsuit against Meta, Call of Duty, and Daniel Defense. Okay.
Well, you should have got all your money out of the city. You should have got your money out of the city. Just that simple. You should have got everything you had coming out of the city and out of the county and all that for the sheriff's department and the police department and all that. And as far as I'm concerned, I wouldn't have settled for $2 million. I might have settled for $2 million each for every kid and every teacher fucking shot and killed. I might settle for $1 million for kids that were just wounded. But $2 million for the whole schmear out of the city, I'd own that fucking city.
I'm just gonna keep on going, and this is where you know there's a rat. Check this out, who's doing it. The families are represented by Koskoff and Biter, the law firm that won a $73 million settlement from gun manufacturer Remington in the fallout of Sandy Hook. Shocker among shocks. The same law.
How in the hell did they win against gun manufacturers? Against Remington? I guess when I get in a fucking accident with my Ford, I can sue Ford. If somebody hits me in a Chevy, I can sue Chevy because that was their fault.
Law firm that got the $73 million insurance lawsuit settlement from the insurance company of Remington, not Remington, insurance company, is now involved in suing these companies that have billion-dollar budgets. It's almost like they figured out a business model and they're doing it again. So weird how the strings and the same players are always involved. I'm still looking for how Everytown Law is involved. I haven't found it yet, so I can't say they are. But my radar is going off. I'm going to find it if it's there. But that's why we have an entire infrastructure that we are building. But let's continue and listen to the statement on how it's their fault. In a statement, Josh Koskoff, obviously one of the partners, partner at Koskoff and Peter, and an attorney for the family said, quote, "There is a direct line between the conduct of these companies and the Uvalde shooting. Just 23 minutes after midnight on his 18th birthday, the Uvalde shooter bought an AR-15 made by a company with a market share of less than 1%, talking about Daniel Defense. Why? Because well before he was old enough to even purchase it, he was targeted and cultivated online by Instagram and Activision, which is Call of Duty, and Daniel Defense. This three-headed monster knowingly exposed him to the weapon, conditioned him to see it as a tool to solve his problems, and trained him to use it. They're saying Call of Duty is liable because they trained him how to use a firearm in the real world. Again, the exact same side of the political spectrum that says it's preposterous to think that Call of Duty would have anything to do with murder and it's all the gun's fault. Same aisle.
Yeah. And, it's like I said, movies make you want to go out and shoot people. John Wick makes you want to go John Wick on everybody. Somebody fucking hurts your puppy dog, just go get you a bunch of guns and take karate and all that kind of shit, and then just go start killing people that fucking hurt animals. What a bunch of shit.
Same people, but this is different because now it's suing three of the largest companies in the space of sharing information and manufacturing, even though it's just 1% market share. Do you see how silly and flimsy this is? But that doesn't matter because the last time they did something silly and flimsy, the Remington lawsuit, they settled for $73 million. They got theirs, and wouldn't you know it, they're back again. Shocker among shocks, I'm just saying. Let's continue. The lawsuits claim that Meta and Activision are, quote, chewing up alienated teenage boys and spitting out mass shooters, and that Instagram's poor oversight of its platform gives gun manufacturers an unsupervised channel to speak directly to minors. False. Lie. Meta does not allow gun makers to directly purchase ads promoting their weapons, but does give them the ability to create and post on their own Facebook and Instagram accounts. That's the crime. Someone has to actively seek out something. It's no longer marketing now. Now it's Facebook and Instagram's fault for even allowing it to be hosted. Do you see what they're doing?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, sure. You guys got rid of the ad capabilities, which we were complaining about. And then you got rid of the ability to have anything shared, which we were complaining about. But now the fact that you merely exist. Oh.
Yeah.
That can't be either. You see how this works? Anyway, let's continue. I'm just going to keep on rolling because this is so fascinating, this part. Remember that PLCAA thing I was talking about? Here's where it comes in for Meta and Facebook. Online platforms like Instagram and Facebook, also owned by Meta, similarly have federal immunity that in most cases prevents companies from being sued for actions committed by users. Okay, so you're suing a gun manufacturer who has protections from the PLCAA, from the actions of their users, which are criminal. Then you're suing Instagram and Facebook, which again have, and Activision, to be honest, all of which have protections against the actions of their users. So you're guaranteed loss out the gate, but for some reason you're pursuing this lawsuit right after you won one in Texas for $2 million. Isn't that weird? It's almost like they're expecting a settlement instead of actually winning the case, just like Everytown Law is doing with the Glock manufacturing lawsuits in Chicago and New York. All of this is tied together, guys. This right here, this one's going to be a big story. We're going to see a lot more, and a lot more detail is going to come out, but make sure you are subscribed. Let me know what you think in the comments field, and I will see you on the next one.
No doubt. What a crock of shit. Yeah, you suing manufacturers. That one about Remington, I didn't even realize that. It was evidently the insurance company for Remington that fucking just, we figured we'd have to pay our lawyers more than the $2 million that they were asking for just to take it through court, evidently. So yeah, that makes no damn sense at all. Where a damn lawyer for an insurance company backs down and fucking gives in to them for $2 million. They didn't sue Remington. They sued the insurance company. So, what a crock of shit. Yeah. These people are after everything they can get, anything and everything they can get. Yeah, and going after the fucking video game. Are you kidding me? Really? They tried suing fucking rock and roll records. My God, they said Led Zeppelin, if you play it backwards, said fucking Freddy is the devil or some goddamn thing. You know, it's fucking stupid. These people will do anything they possibly can to make up shit, and it's all a bunch of fucking Democrats. America-hating fucking Democrats. They hate you having rights, and they want to take every fucking one of them away. Anyway, enjoyed that. Hope you enjoyed it. Like, share, and subscribe. Have a great day.